Do you have any resources that you use regularly that you would recommend for students to check out? I know the book that we read in the healthcare course, The Healing of America, I found to be very useful. Do you have anything else like that that you can recommend?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the book, because in the healthcare course, there really wasn't a required text except for that one. And that one was more of it was a book about the healthcare systems of other countries. Mm-hmm. And I was a little reluctant years ago to make it a required text in the course, because I thought, well, we'd have people screaming at each other in class about whether they agreed with the author or not, because he was fairly liberal in how he approached it. Mm-hmm. But actually, I think it turned out to be really well, and most all the students really enjoyed reading it, because it talked about how, like how the healthcare systems in a couple of different countries developed, and talked about some of the things that we believe about them that really aren't true, and it talked about some of the weaknesses. But I think just in terms of the healthcare system, just really keeping up with the news, keeping up with what's going on in healthcare in the country. Right now, the Affordable Care Act is on its way out. Mm-hmm. Who knows what healthcare system we'll have in the next couple of years. So I would encourage people to stay tuned with what's going on in the world. I mean, and particularly in this country when it comes to healthcare and the debates going on in Congress. Because this could be a good time to really be watching that, because things are changing.
Right.
And let's see, in the medication eras, one thing I always relied on was the ISMP, the Institute for Safe Medication Practices. And I help them a little bit because I'm a reviewer for one of their newsletters. And that is a great resource for finding out about errors that are happening, finding out about recommendations for how to avoid errors. And for me, when I was still working in hospital pharmacy, just knowing what kind of errors were happening really helped me a lot, because when I was preparing a drug that I had read about, bad error from happening, it would help me prevent, it would help keep me from, making the same kind of errors.
Sure.
Thanks for watching this short clip from our Pharmacy IR podcast. To watch the full interview, you can check it out on our YouTube channel.
And to make sure you don't miss anything, sign up for notifications on our Facebook page and like and subscribe anywhere that this podcast is offered.